You might be training hard, your shirt is soaked, your muscles are sore for 2 or 3 days. You walk out of the gym feeling like you did something serious. But somehow, your body still does not look the way you expected. And here is the part most people get wrong. You do not actually build muscle in the gym. You create the signal there. The real building happens later. When you are sleeping, when you are sitting at work, when you are eating dinner. Even when you feel like you are doing absolutely nothing, that quiet time after your workout is where the real change happens. And honestly, that is where a lot of people ruin their progress. They train hard, but sleep too little. They count every pull-up, but drop down too fast. They chase soreness like it is proof that the workout worked. But soreness is not the goal. A sore muscle is often just your body cleaning up stress, inflammation, and fatigue. In today's video, Hidden Health Science will show you what really makes muscle grow, why soreness is not the best sign of progress, and why the next 48 hours after your workout may matter more than the workout itself. When you train, your brain sends a signal. Your nerves fire, your muscles respond, the fibers contract, and when the load is heavy enough, your body starts using bigger, stronger muscle fibers. Those are the fibers with real growth potential. But the important part is not just damaging the muscle. That is where a lot of people get confused. Your muscles do not need to be destroyed to grow. They need tension. When a muscle is under load, especially when it is lengthening under control, the fibers feel that stress. They stretch, they strain, and they sense that something challenging is happening. That tension flips on a signal inside the body called mTORC1. Think of it like a switch. Once that switch is turned on, your body gets the message. Start building new muscle protein. More muscle protein means thicker muscle fibers, and thicker fibers mean muscle growth. So the real goal is not to walk around sore for 4 days. The goal is to give your muscles the right kind of tension, then recover well enough for your body to build. That is why controlled reps matter. That is why progressive overload matters. You do not need to punish your body every workout. You need to challenge it in a way it can actually recover from and grow from. A lot of people treat soreness like a badge of honor. They wake up the next day, can barely walk down the stairs, and think, that was a great workout. But that is not always true. Soreness does not automatically mean muscle growth. Most of the time, soreness is your body dealing with stress from the workout. There is inflammation, there is fatigue, your body is cleaning things up. That does not mean your muscles are still building. Think about marathon runners. After a long race, their legs can be wrecked for days. They may feel sore, tired, and stiff, but they do not suddenly come back with bigger legs just because they were sore. Pain is not the same thing as growth. Muscle grows when you give it the right load, the right signal, enough protein, and enough recovery. That is the real formula. The problem is, some people chase soreness so hard that they end up resting too long. They wait until every little ache is gone before training that muscle again, and by then, they may have missed a good window to train it again. So instead of asking, "Am I sore enough?" ask a better question. Did I load the muscle well? Did I control the movement? Did I eat enough protein? Did I sleep enough? That is what actually matters. A workout does not have to destroy you to work. It just has to challenge your muscles in a way your body can recover from. One of the biggest points in this video is the 4-8 hour window after your workout. That is when the real building happens. After you train a muscle, your body starts making new muscle protein. This process usually peaks around 24 hours after the workout. By around 48 hours, it is mostly back to normal. So, in simple words, your body may only be building hard for about 2 days after you train. That changes how you look at your workout schedule. Let's say you train back on Monday. Then you do not train your back again until the next Monday. Your back may have been in that strong growth mode for Monday and Tuesday, maybe into Wednesday a little. But after that, it is mostly just waiting. You may still feel sore on Thursday, but that does not mean your back is still growing like crazy. It may just mean your body is still cleaning up the stress from the workout. The construction crew already left. That is why training each muscle about twice a week can make a big difference. It is not about sounding advanced. It is not about doing more just to do more. It is about giving your muscles another good signal before the week is gone. Instead of 2 growth days in a week, you may get closer to 4, and over time, that adds up. So do not plan your training only around soreness. Plan it around smart timing, good recovery, and giving each muscle a clear reason to grow again. One part of the rep gets ignored all the time: the lowering part. In a pull-up, it is when you come back down. In a dip, it is when your body moves down before you push back up. In a squat, it is when you lower yourself toward the bottom. Most people rush this part. They pull up, then drop down. They push up, then collapse back down. They just want to count the next rep. But here is the problem. Your muscles care a lot about the part you are rushing through. The lowering phase creates a lot of tension. And your muscles can handle more force on the way down than on the way up. That means this part of the movement is not just getting back to the start. It is one of the most valuable parts of the whole rep. So do not throw it away. Try this. Lower yourself slowly for at least 3 seconds. After a pull-up, do not just fall. Control the way down. After a push-up, do not let your chest crash toward the floor. Lower with control. After a squat, do not just drop into the bottom. Own the movement. This one change can make your workout feel very different. You may do fewer reps at first. That is fine. Fewer controlled reps can be better than a bunch of rushed ones. Because the goal is not just to move up and down. The goal is to create real tension your muscles can respond to. Sleep is not just a healthy habit. For muscle growth, sleep is part of the workout. That may sound simple, but a lot of people ignore it. They train hard. They track protein. They write down every set and every rep. Then they sleep 5 or 6 hours, stay on their phone until 1 a.m., and wonder why their body is not changing. That is a real problem. Your body does not build muscle just because you lifted weights. It builds when you recover. And sleep is one of the biggest parts of that recovery. The video points out that even one bad night of sleep can lower muscle protein synthesis. That means your body may not build muscle as well after training. A full week of short sleep can also hurt testosterone levels, and that matters. There was also a study mentioned where 2 groups ate the same diet and had the same calorie deficit. The difference was sleep. The group that slept less lost more muscle and less fat. Same food, same diet goal, different recovery, different result. That is why sleep has to be taken seriously. You can eat the right food and still lose progress if your recovery is poor. So if you want to build muscle, do not treat 7 hours of sleep like a bonus. Treat it like part of the plan. Because it is. The gym gives your body the signal. Sleep helps your body turn that signal into real muscle. If training is the signal, protein is the building material. Think of it like this. Your workout tells your body, hey, we need to build stronger muscle here. That signal matters. But the signal alone is not enough. Your body still needs the materials to actually build something. That is where protein comes in. mTORC, one can turn on the muscle building message. But if you are not eating enough protein, your body does not have much to work with. It is like hiring a construction crew, then forgetting to order the wood, bricks, and concrete. The crew shows up, but nothing serious gets built. And this is where a lot of people fool themselves. They think they are eating enough protein, but they are not. Or they think they are eating the right amount of calories, but they are way off. Some people eat more than they realize. Some people eat too little and still expect their muscles to recover and grow. You cannot guess your way through this forever. For a few weeks, pay attention. Look at your meals. Are you getting protein regularly? Is your food intake steady? Is your weight changing? Is your strength going up, staying the same, or dropping? You do not have to be perfect, but you do need to be honest. Because lifting hard and hoping for the best is not a plan. Your muscles need the signal. Then they need enough material to turn that signal into real growth. Your muscles need a reason to grow. That reason is usually more tension over time, not random pain, not just doing the same workout forever. If you keep doing the same exercises, the same reps, the same speed, and the same difficulty, your body gets used to it. At some point, it stops being a growth signal. It becomes maintenance, and maintenance is fine if that is your goal. But if you want more muscle, something has to slowly get harder. Now, this does not mean you have to use gym machines or lift heavy barbells. Bodyweight training can still work. You just have to make it progress. Use a harder variation. Slow down the lowering part. Add a weighted vest. Pause at the hardest part of the movement. Control your form better. Make the muscle work, not just your momentum. A pull-up with a slow 3-second lower is not the same as a pull-up where you yank yourself up and fall back down. A push-up with control is not the same as bouncing through reps just to hit a number. The exercise may look the same from the outside, but your muscles feel the difference. That is the point. Doing the same thing forever is not progressive overload. It is just practice. If you want your muscles to grow, give them a clear reason. More tension, better control, harder variations, a little more challenge over time. That is how you keep moving forward. If you want to use this right away, keep it simple. Start with 5 things. First, train each muscle about twice a week. Do not hit a muscle hard once, then ignore it for the rest of the week. Give it another good signal before the week is over. Second, slow down the lowering part of every rep, at least 3 seconds down. Do not let gravity do the work for you. If you are doing pull-ups, lower with control. If you are doing push-ups, do not just drop to the floor. If you are squatting, own the way down. Third, make your training a little harder over time. That could mean more weight. It could mean a harder variation. It could mean slower, cleaner reps. The point is simple. Your muscles need a reason to grow. Fourth, sleep at least 7 hours. Not as a nice little bonus. As part of the plan. That is when your body repairs, rebuilds, and turns the workout into actual progress. Fifth, get enough protein every day. Do not just guess. Pay attention to your meals. Make sure your body has the material it needs to build. And after you train, remember this. The next 48 hours matter a lot. Do not waste that window by staying up late, skipping meals, eating too little protein, and waiting for soreness to disappear. Muscle does not grow because it hurts. It grows because you loaded it well, fed it well, slept well, and gave your body a real chance to build. If you only remember one thing from this video, remember this. The gym creates the signal. Recovery turns that signal into muscle. So the next time you leave the gym feeling like you destroyed your muscles, remember this. That was only the beginning. The real work starts after the workout. How are you going to sleep tonight? Are you going to get enough protein? Are you going to give your body those next 48 hours to recover and build? And when you train again, are you going to create better tension than last time? Those are the questions that actually matter. Not just, am I sore? Not just, did I sweat enough? Not just, did I do a lot of reps? The real question is this. Did you give your muscles a clear reason to grow? And did you give your body what it needs to make that growth happen? That is the part most people miss. They train hard, then recover badly, and then they wonder why the results are not showing up. If this video helped you see muscle growth in a simpler way, subscribe to Hidden Health Science. We will keep breaking down the body, health, and training in a way that actually makes sense. And leave a comment below. Which mistake do you make the most? Sleeping too little? Not eating enough protein? Dropping too fast on the lowering part? Your answer may help shape the next video, because these are the problems a lot of people are dealing with.